your video content isn't underperforming because of your hooks, your editing, or your thumbnail. It's underperforming because it's built for algorithms, not for humans. Most creators think video performance is about better hooks, cool editing, adding retention tricks, following trends, doubling down on SEO, and of course, posting more. But the real issue is deeper. And right now, your content is probably costing you customers. More often than not, the content creators publish isn't aligned with the actual way people make decisions. With AI, marketers, creators, and founders are able to create and produce more content at a huge volume than ever before. So that's what they do. More videos, more reels, more posts, more clips. But they don't stop to ask, is this actually helping someone move closer to a decision or just adding more noise? They're still struggling to turn that attention into subscribers, leads, and sales. This is happening because content optimization is being treated like an algorithm problem. But what it actually is an emotional resonance problem. When I ask our clients what's not working for them in their videos, they say things like, we need to post more often, we need to follow trends, we need to sell harder, we need to game the algorithm. We're not talking about our product and offering enough. But the thing is that people do not engage, subscribe, or buy because something is just visible. They engage when it feels relevant. They trust when it feels specific. They convert when it feels emotionally aligned. If your content doesn't connect with people emotionally, none of your brilliant hooks, your editing, and your SEO are going to matter. It always comes back to the same foundational element. When you know your customers' emotional drivers and why people really buy, it influences and strengthens every single element of your marketing. When you understand how your prospects makes a buying decision, you can optimize your website, your landing pages, your videos, your shorts, your reels, the newsletters you send, the captions you write, the ads that you launch, and even how you engage with your audience in communities like Slack or Circle or Facebook groups. All of your content is part of the customer journey. All of the content everywhere influences if people buy from you or not. And video content isn't a separate channel. It's part of that journey. Here's an example from a lead we received last week at Get Uplift, the agency I run. I was on our first discovery call and I asked, so how did you hear about us? And the CMO said, well, I saw your video on YouTube and then I clicked through to your LinkedIn. I saw your posts and they really resonated. So I went to your website and I signed up for your newsletter. I started receiving your emails and then I bought your book. And then someone on my team forwarded a podcast episode you were in and you were interviewed on. That's when I decided I had to reach out. The funnel isn't linear anymore. You can't carefully make it out in a mirror board. And it's really hard to measure. All this to say that you can't plan your videos or reels or any type of video content really as an isolated piece of content. It all has to be connected. People buy from you because enough moments across the journey made them feel safe to choose you. Let's talk about high converting video content. So if hooks, editing, trends, and SEO are not the main lever for high converting video content, what is? Well, from our experience optimizing our clients' content at Get Uplift, the most high converting video content gets 3 things right. Number 1, the video matches the viewer's stage of awareness. Stages of awareness are simply a way to understand where someone is in their decision journey before they buy from you. Some people are completely unaware they even have a problem. Others know something is wrong, but think that's just how it is. And some are already actively looking for a solution. Then you have people comparing different options. And finally, those who already chose you and just need a clear next step. The key is that not everyone is ready to buy at the same moment. And treating them as if they are is where most content goes wrong. Here's an example of how this works. Before Uber existed, people stood in the rain trying to catch a cab and just accepted the frustration. That is problem and pain aware. Then suddenly they realize there might be a better way they could catch a cab. They could call a cab service or they could use an app. That's solution aware. Then when they've decided they want to use an app, they start comparing apps. That's product aware. And finally, they just need to tap a button in order to get that ride. That's most aware. Your content needs to match that exact moment someone is in. Otherwise, it either feels irrelevant, premature, or unnecessary. and they won't take action. Most importantly, trying to sell when people aren't ready to buy from you is a big, big mistake. And here's the thing. Many times, creators confuse attention with intent. They push offers too early. They don't understand what their audience actually needs next. They don't build trust across the journey. Your prospect stage of awareness determines what your video should be about and what you can ask people to do. Watch, subscribe, like, comment, click, download, book, or even buy. So that's the first element you have to get right for a high converting video. Next, you have number 2. High converting videos solve a real problem for their viewers. Every video you create must solve just one challenge, pain, or obstacle for the viewer. The idea is that when someone watches your video, people can clearly see and feel that you've helped them. When you do this, you're also helping them believe that their problem can be fixed and that there is a way to solve it. And so prospects start to gain trust in you. And when they're ready to take the next step, they'll recall the positive experience you gave them and go back to see what you offer. Number 3, high converting videos make the viewer feel seen by creating emotionally relevant content. When someone watches your video, they should be able to say, I can clearly see this is for someone like me, or this creator clearly understands my specific challenge. Essentially, every video should have a promise, and your promise should speak to them and resonate with them on an emotional level. Here's a few examples of what this looks like. A video that names a problem better than the viewer can. A video that shows you understand what's making the decision hard for them. A reel that reduces risk or confusion. A short that gives a useful reframe. A long-form video that proves that the problem is solvable. Let's pause for a moment to address the elephant in the room and talk about personal brands versus company brands. I recently got asked on a podcast, would you say that personal brands are inherently stronger at emotional connection than corporate brands? Well, personal brands often outperform corporate brands because they feel human, they feel lower risk, they invite connection, they create trust faster, but you can still connect with your audience as a brand. Here's a few great ways to do this. Stop hiding behind jargon and brand distance. I'm not telling you to be trendy and mention Taylor Swift or heated rivalry because that's what people like right now. It's not about trend jumping. It's about understanding your customers deeper and using their words to describe their problems, their desires, and the outcomes. Another way is to get your entire team to engage as individuals at your company. Here's a few examples of brand content that connects. Feature customer questions in short form videos. Have team members explain common objections in plain language. Use screenshots or stories and examples instead of slogans. Respond to real audience concerns instead of posting polished fluff. How do you create high converting, emotional resonating videos? Step number 1, research before creating. We've spoken about this in many other episodes in Heart Before Cut. Research is always step number 1. Social listening, review mining, interviews, and many other research methods will help you get to know your audience beyond age, geographical location, and gender. Step number 2, plan your content around your prospect stage of awareness, who they are, and the challenges that they have. Before creating any video, answer a few practical questions about every reel, video, or short you're going to create. Who's this for? What stage of awareness are they in? What problem are they trying to solve right now? What are they feeling right now? And what should they feel by the end of the video? Step number 3, match content to the awareness stage of your prospect. Not every video should sell. Some should validate, some should educate, reframe, reduce risk, or build trust. And step number 4, solve one real problem per video. When you do this right, you get loyal listeners and followers. Loyalty matters. It's what ensures that people come back to you and your brand when they're ready to buy. Loyalty is all about connection. Seeing someone online talk about the things that you care about makes you feel more connected to the creator. Suddenly, you feel like you're a part of the tribe. You feel like you're part of a community. Videos are not just about consistency and posting all the time. It's about emotional identification. People stay with creators who make them feel seen, understood, less alone, part of something, connected to an identity. Step number 5, define the next step clearly. We're not just here to create more content and noise on the web. Your job is to use your video content to guide people through the customer journey. Every piece of content should intentionally lead to a natural next action. For example, a reel can lead to a longer video. A video can lead to a newsletter. A newsletter leads to a landing page. The landing page leads to a call. Without planning that, your content all feels disconnected. Basically, you need to create videos for the entire customer journey, not just the platform that it's on. Think about the next logical step they will take to build more trust with you or take the next action. So you have to add clear calls to action based on the awareness stage of your prospects. Different stages need different next steps. Unaware need a watch this. Problem-aware people need learn more calls to action. Solution-aware people need to see how things work. Product-aware, compare or explore. Most aware, book or buy. Your messaging, your tone, and your emotional promise should feel consistent. Whether someone sees your reel, your YouTube video, your LinkedIn post, your landing page, that consistency is what creates safety and trust. Here's a quick audit you should run before launching any other video. Ask yourself, is this video for a specific person or for everyone? What emotional state is the viewer in? What one problem does this solve? Does this video build trust or just chase attention? What should this person do next after watching? Go back to the foundations. The job of content is not just to get seen or clicked on. It's to move people from attention to trust to action. People convert when they feel trust, when they feel connected to you and your brand, and when they feel that you can solve their specific challenges and pains.